Hi, I'm Mrs. Patterson, and I'm going to be playing the viola part to the Overture 1812. Before I play all the way through it, I wanted to show you a couple of details. First of all, I'd like you to take a pencil and write in some lift bows for this one. So take a second, pause the video, go get your pencil, come back. The first one is in measure 19. At the end of the measure, at the end of the line, after the half note, I want you to take your pencil and draw a little comma symbol. That's our lift bow after the half note in measure 19. The next spot is measure 21. Same thing, after the half note, draw your comma for the lift bow. Then in measure 23, draw a lift bow after the half note. Measure 25, draw a lift bow after the half note. Measure 27, draw a lift bow after the half note. Measure 29, draw a lift bow after the half note. And measure 31, draw a lift bow after the half note. And measure 33, draw a lift bow after the half note. Now in measure 35, you might seem like you could maybe do a lift bow right there, but I think we'll just do it up bow, just what we call as it comes. Just so measure 34 it starts a down bow, measure 35 is going to start up bow. So put a pencil in up bow, the V symbol, over the first note of measure 35. We'll just play that all as it comes. We won't do lift bows in that spot. One other spot for a lift bow I think is in measure 46. The first note is going to be down bow. I think the next note after the rest should actually be a down bow. It's not printed that way, but I think if we all do it that way, it would make it work out pretty well. So put a lift bow over the rest in measure 46 so that you have a down bow on the third beat of the measure. Right, the note right after the rest should be down bow. Since we're going to be doing a lot of down bows, let's talk about how to do them well so that we don't make crunching noises with the bow. So when you do a lift bow, you're just going to lift and pull away. Now I don't want to do a great big bow lift because then you're going to be too late getting back. We don't have that much time. So you're just, actually I'll play it on the A. You just lift and pull away and set for the next note. You don't drop it on the string. You don't crunch like that. You just play, touch, play. Okay? You always place before you pull the bow. You place without making any sound, and then you play the note, the next note. Also in this piece, there's some spots that I think would work well with fourth finger. Look at measure 22. The notes are C, D, C, okay, and I think you should use a fourth finger to play the D because there's kind of an unwritten rule with string playing that you don't cross a string just to play the open string and then cross back. If you can, use a fourth finger so that you keep the bow on the same string. It makes it easier, makes it faster, okay, so use your fourth finger in measure 22. Same exact thing happens in measure 30. It's the same exact note, so put a fourth finger over the D in measure 30 so that you can keep all that on the same string without having to cross strings. Also measure 35 and measure 36. Again, since you're not going on up to the A string, put a fourth finger on the D in measure 35 and also in measure 36. I think it's just going to make that a lot easier to play if you don't have to do a string crossing with the bow. Alright, finally let's look at measure 18. I know that some people have trouble playing this, but realize it's just a pattern. If you think of it without looking at the notes, all we're playing is 3, open, 1, open, 3, open, 1, over and over again. So the third finger is on the D string. Then I would just use open A. You could use a fourth finger, that wouldn't be wrong, but since we're going over to the A string anyway, I would just use an open A. And then first finger B. 3. Okay, so let's just do that pattern over and over again. So you don't even have to look at the notes. It's just 3, open, 1, open, 3, open, 1. We're going to do that over and over. So let's go ahead and play that together. Ready, go. 3, open, 1, open, 3, open, 1, open, 3, open, 1, open, 3, do that as many times as you need to get really comfortable with that pattern. Again, that's not exactly what was written on the page. They only do it, twice, and we were doing it over and over again. But that's how you practice to get something really comfortable. And then when you play it in the music, it makes it, it'll be already built into your hand. You'll remember how to play it, and it'll be easy. All right, so let's go ahead and play all the way through the song from the very beginning. Not too fast. So set your fingers up, third finger on the D string. 1, 2, ready, play. Rest. the G string. Lift, rest. 2. Lift, 3 on the D string. Lift, rest. Lift, rest, third finger. Lift, rest, 2. Lift, rest. And here comes fourth finger. 1, 4, 1, rest. 2, 4, 3, 1, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Measure 42. Lift. Rest. And that's the song. If you're having trouble playing through with the video, that's okay. At first, you might want to just listen to the video as you watch the notes. You might want to take your finger and point at the notes as I play them. You could also practice saying the notes or singing the notes as I play them. You could also just air bow the notes so that you just get used to sort of the feel of the rhythm, but without having to put it all together. We always like to break things down into little bits and pieces and then put it all together, and it makes it so much easier. Okay, so don't get frustrated if it's hard. You can do it. Just piece it all together, and then we'll come together in rehearsal and play it, and it'll be a lot of fun. We'll see you soon.